Hey everyone, good morning. So I woke up and Faith was live with I Am Doug, and he's asking her some pretty good questions, keeping it respectful, but at the same time trying to talk some sense into her. I don't know how long this live had been going on when I caught it, but we're going to take it from here.
On a video. This wasn't an issue when it happened. This wasn't a problem when it happened. When it happened in the moment, this wasn't a problem.
What video got 2.5 million views that caused all this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nicole.
No, it's okay. The video of me saying I wanted friends, and it's the truth. I want real friends, and I found that here. And I found my village and group of people. As much hate as I get, there are people that really ride for me, like Nicole, for example.
Would Nicole go out and see you? Would she come out and see you?
I guarantee you she would.
Nicole, would you go out and see her or have her come over to your house?
No,
absolutely not. I wouldn't, but Faith knows that. I'm not saying I wouldn't go visit her, because if I was in Texas, yes, I would visit her. I've met many people off the app, but no, I wouldn't have her come to my house because I have my own responsibilities and I can't physically take care of her, and she knows that. But we've had these discussions.
Yeah.
So Faith, I don't think as far as I would say, like, people would come see you. I mean, there's been Tay and Eric, and if somebody lived in Texas, they'd come see you. But honestly, like, all the people who you actually think would ride or die for you won't ride or die for you.
She claims she found her village and all these friends that she wanted, but then will turn around and say these people really aren't her friends. So which is it? And even Tay and Eric came all the way out there to see her. And now look what she has done to them in the past few days.
Besides your parents.
Yeah, they probably won't. Most likely, I would say slim 5% that would come and see me. But you know what? This makes me feel seen. And this app makes me feel like I have a voice. And I've never felt that way. Like I said, even speaking to you and me and most of the people that truly know and love me outside of my parents, because there are people that do. Those people have changed my life. I mean, hell, I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt like I was alone, and that's the reason I keep coming back, is because streaming has helped me so much. So much so that I have a streaming tattoo. And half the people I don't speak to, or don't gift me, or I don't see. In fact, most of them I don't see. But you know what? It means something to me. And I don't regret any gift I've sent. No matter if it's $1, $5, or $10,000, $18,000.
Thank you, Sandy. Do you feel that this is actually really helping your mental health and that you really have a voice? Because it seems like to me every time you're on here, you're fighting, you're arguing, you're crying.
I'm fighting because there's a specific group of people that want to bring me down, that want to see me get off the app or unalive. Either of the two, one of the two, or both. I don't know.
But did somebody offer you money to get
Wait, who's that specific group of people?
I'm not naming names, I'll message you. I
didn't know there was a group of people.
Yeah.
I thought it was just all people that you used to be friends with.
Yeah, it is. But that group, there's more than one person in that group of... There's one person that I used to be friends with, and the rest of them are that other person's friends. And they want to see me taken down. They want to do everything that they
You
can.
feel like you have this picture in your head, and that just because you have it, everything's true? Or do you think that maybe a lot of this is your brain telling you all this? Because it doesn't seem like I really don't see people wanting you to, number one, unalive yourself. I know that things are said, but it might have been in response to you telling someone to unalive themselves, right?
I understand that, but the texts that I've received say otherwise. And regardless of anything, this whole situation wouldn't have happened if people were just honest with me. If they said, if last year, if they were so bothered by it in the moment that year, they should have said, hey, Faith, can you do me a favor and maybe send some of the money back because your plans fell through? And Doug, honestly, I would have said, hell yeah. Of course I would. There's no reason not to. But come at me in the moment and say you have a problem with what I've done. Do not come a year later and be mad about helping someone and saying, well, you didn't do what I wanted you to do, and now we're going to drag you for it.
Not what they wanted you to do. It's what you told them you were going to do, Faye.
Yes, and I still plan to do that. It doesn't change. Doug,
But you
did
don't
you
have the
hear me
money
say I
anymore
got a
you don't
timeline
have the money anymore to do it, though, right?
to
That money's
move?
not in.
Yes, I do.
Where's
I
the
have the
money?
ability to move if I found a place that was suitable for me. I
Yeah,
have
but you
the
have the
ability.
money that you need to that they gave you are still saved.
Yeah, I have my Social Security and the money I make here every week. It may
No,
not
I'm talking
be
about the
their
money they
money.
gave you. I'm talking about the money they gave you
No, I
to
don't
do it.
have that money anymore. But I'm saying the gifts that I've gotten, I've started to save and be responsible with it.
So you still have to pay off your debt, right?
Correct, yes.
So there's a factor now that's going to put you what, another 5 to 7 years back on your plan.
Why?
Why? Why wouldn't? How much are you actually being able to pay towards your debt every month?
It's a consolidation program, so I pay like
I know how the consolidation programs work, where they
yeah.
make you stop paying. I used to own a debt settlement company and a credit repair company, Faith. So consolidation, if you're getting a consolidation loan, that means you're consolidating all of your bills into one
Yep.
and paying it off with the chunk of money, and then you'll make monthly payments on that. You didn't get a consolidation loan. What they did is they took all of your debt, they put it together, right? And they're charging
And
you a
they
loan.
put
They're
it in an
charging you a
account
monthly.
and they won't let you do
They're
it
charging you a
until
month. They're charging you a monthly payment and fees on top of that. So by the time you get done paying back that debt, you're going to end up paying
more.
125% of your debt.
More, yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I
How
don't
much
know
is
what
your debt?
else. 18K.
And interest is still building on top of that, right?
Oh yeah. Interest, honestly, with the
Late fees,
interest
interest.
factor, I'm millions of millions of millions in dollars in debt.
What's stopping you from filing bankruptcy?
I've already filed it once.
When was
And
this?
January, I got
Wait, so you
discharged.
have, wait, you filed last January bankruptcy and you have all this new debt?
Yes, correct.
How much was your bankruptcy? How much was in the bankruptcy debt wise?
Pro
If you don't
bono.
mind. 30,000?
In the bankruptcy, oh, the amount 20. And like you're right, people don't come around that I've gifted and supported me specifically. They don't. They don't come around. You are absolutely correct. But I also can expect that. unless someone came to me and was like, I know that you spent a shit ton of money on me and I'm going to help you.
That guy you said that was going to give you $100,000 or something like that. There was a guy who said he was going to.
Yeah. And he came, Eric and Tay came to see me, and he said if he didn't show up, then he would give me $100K. And I said, okay. And he showed up. So that meant more to me than money.
No, there was another person. No, when the situation first started, maybe it wasn't 100K, maybe it was like 25,000, and you said the guy was going to pay you to help get you out of this problem. It was like when it first started. Is that the same person we're talking about?
I don't remember. Or maybe jog my memory a little bit.
You said there was
Wait, actually, Faith, you told me that same scenario.
Oh,
isn't it funny how she forgot about that? So for people who's been following for a while, back when she was messing with the girl Jacqueline, do you guys remember she had told Jacqueline that all her debt was being paid off? That some person had contacted her and they were drawing up the paperwork and they were going to pay all her debt off, and all she had to give them was like, what was it, $500 a month or something like that, but they were going to pay everything off. Remember that? Now she can't remember that ever happening, but listen, she says it never happened.
Yeah. Then I know who you're talking about. That's a different person. That never happened, though.
You were really sure that was going to happen?
Yeah, because they were my friend and I trusted them. I took them at their word. And like, I really think that deep down, if people really knew my heart and knew my soul and took a second to be like, she's struggling a lot, but also she's human and she deserves to be treated as such. Like I said, you don't have to like me, you don't have to love me, and I'm not here and asking for any support ever. I know that if I ever did that, it's just going to be thrown back in my face. I trusted people that I was friends with at the time, and they turned around and threw it back in my face. And I have to deal with that for the rest of my life. I'm in debt, yes, but I'm no less of a human. I just happen to be disabled and not able to sustain myself without help. But I'm still a human being.
Maybe you should stop with the Starbucks and maybe be making some ground coffee at home for the next few years, because you know you're.
Yeah, 100%.
And what happened if TikTok? What happened if TikTok goes away, and gifts go away, and Badum goes away?
Then I'll get a job and get off of my assistance, or try to, and see where I can go from there. If TikTok goes away, yeah, my world's going to be shaken up a lot, but it's not the end.
Did you just pass a drug test and a background test to get a job at Amazon? So you have a job?
Yeah.
When do you start?
The 27th.
A day after, like 2 days after Christmas, like of this month?
Yes.
Where's this job at?
That's amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't know you got a job. Congratulations.
Texas.
How far is the job from your house?
An hour.
How are you going to get there? Did they have someone that transports?
My dad's going to drive me to training, and then I don't want to say what the plans are because people are crazy.
The amount of money you're going to make at that job is going to cost you in gas money, if not.
No,
Faith,
but I don't want to say
Why is the
that
whole chat saying that your mom said that that's not true?
my mom did not say it's not true. She said that if you tell them and it didn't work out with the whole apartment thing and the job at the time, then you're just going to look like an idiot. She never said it wasn't true. I have paperwork and I have everything to prove it. And
So what they're talking about is the other day I had posted a video the day that she went to the pre-hire appointment and did the drug screen, she said, and the background check. Well, here's the thing. Everyone that has ever applied for a job knows that when you go and do your drug screen and background check, you don't get hired immediately. They have to wait for that shit to come back. But Faith came home and said she was hired. She was starting the 27th. She also at that time said that she found an apartment. Okay? And then she wheeled on out to talk to her mom and dad with the music playing. I removed most of the music and you could hear somewhat of what they were saying. And her mother was basically telling her to not be in there telling people that kind of stuff because they were going to make fun of her when it didn't happen.
honestly, I don't need to prove anything to anyone.
You don't, so that's why I don't know why you're even doing this every day, day in and day out, bro. It never changes.
Doug has come the most respectful, and
He is being very respectful. I completely agree. He's got a lot of questions, but he's very respectful. But I don't understand. It's like a vicious cycle, day in and day out.
and
Doing the same thing, expecting different results. That's insanity.
and I understand that part of what you're saying, but I think it's the goal here is to just ask for a little space to breathe. None of the quote unquote doxing as people call it, or the talking shit or the poking at people would be happening if they just gave me a little room to breathe. But
I think you think a lot of these people who you call friends aren't friends, and they're just internet emojis. And you need to start. I'd say not talking to anybody off this app, at least for a while, maybe a select one or two. Yeah, because it seems like this is putting you into this situation more and more, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like when you get on like one of your rants or on your raging moments, or a needing moment, you'll reach out to these people and start asking them for things that will definitely keep it. They don't.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed in the short time watching Faith, she tells people what she thinks they want to hear or what the right thing is to say at that moment to move on. To move on to something else. Let's talk about something else. I'll tell them that I fucked up and I'm sorry and we can move on to something else. And that's a kid's mentality. That's why people say that, one of the reasons, that people say she just says anything because she will.
I mean, they're going to help you with everything that you need, right?
Yeah.
They don't.
No.
And so you got to stop asking people for things.
Yeah. And I need to take it at face value. And because I trusted someone and they talk shit on me and it hurt me because I gave them pretty much everything I had. And that's where all my debt came from.
Do you honestly think that, and I'm going to ask you, I'm not saying you are or aren't, but do you honestly think that you're not being investigated for something?
Correct, yes. Yeah. Because I've been streaming for 6 years. this situation about moving has been going on for a while. So I would say when I got on streaming, that was my goal. Even now, it's my goal. So it's been going on for a while. And 20 to 26, if this was a problem, I would be in jail.
Necessarily.
If this was a problem, if I was committing theft by deception, or if I was, doxing or doing any of that, I would be in jail.
I don't think you're going to get in trouble for the doxing. I don't think you're going to, I mean, you can get in trouble if you tell someone over a text or something to unalive themselves or something like that. But the last thing I think you're going to get in trouble for, and I don't think you'll get in trouble for at all, is the doxing. But at some point, the IRS doesn't mess around. And when it comes down to, I know you think that you haven't done anything wrong with filing and things like that. But when you were talking about that and you were calling accountants and this and that, it seemed like you really didn't know how you were filing. And you said it was with your parents, or then you blamed it on your parents for doing the filing.
Because my parents, I file my own taxes. I file my own taxes, point blank, period. My parents claim me because I live there. And I am what the government calls a DAC. Do you know what that is?
I don't. What's
a disabled adult child? That's what.
Why do people say that you have the mind of a 12-year-old? I don't think you do.
Because my parents...
She definitely don't. She's actually extremely smart and knows how to finagle her way through a lot of things.
Well, can I just answer that? My parents have started that. That's one of the reasons why I'm so resentful of them. Why, not only that, but you want to know the reason I despise them at the moment? Because I feel like that would open people's eyes a little bit. I was in Florida. I was extremely happy. Yeah, I was in the hospital quite a bit. In fact, all the time for not having proper care. But I was so happy. So happy. And I didn't want to leave. And then I had no choice but to come home because my parents hired a group of caregivers to put me on a plane. And then 3 days, literally 3 days after I came home, I got a call from the state of Florida that said, "You have residency. Go pick up your ID." And I cried. And I didn't speak to them for a week. And that has hurt me for the rest of my life.
Who said that you have a mind of a 12-year-old? Because I could have sworn I heard somebody on TikTok.
Yeah, because my parents and that person had a conversation. And people, yes, parts of my brain are actually missing. And my social skills may be off a little bit. And my reading of people may be off a little bit. And I agree with that. And I think the whole 12-year-old concept is because I feel emotions so deeply. And sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, I have trouble regulating how I feel. And it makes it come across like I act that way, or like I act like a child. And I really don't think I do. I just have trouble regulating emotions. And I know that because I'm with them 24/7. And if we're being honest, moving now seems impossible. Is it something I'm holding on to for hope that I can do it one day. Of course. I don't want to lose that. Does it sound delusional? Yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, I know that it doesn't look promising right now. And if it happens, it happens. But as of now, my perspective is shifting and saying, okay, that option may be very much off the table at this moment. So let's shelf it and let's put it on a shelf and then understand that now the goal is to have a break for a couple days, maybe even a day without them.
Do you think that maybe getting some like mental health help or like anger
Yeah,
management would help
I
you
would
out?
love that. You know what, Doug? In all honesty, I want to go to treatment. I want to go and get help. The problem I'm facing with that is most treatment centers have stairs and they cannot have a staff member in my room 24/7 caring for
I'm
me.
talking about someone coming and seeing you and talking with you and
Oh, a therapist? Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just a therapist, any kind of medical trained professional in that field that deals
They
with
can't
people that
come
are
to see me. That's for sure. But I can go to see them.
Do you feel like you resent your parents because the way you've turned out?
No. I resent them for the simple fact of them throwing me into situations and not preparing me for certain things.
Like,
High school, prime example. I was the only person at my school with a walker and wheelchair that was in general ed and got a diploma. And
so
freshman
you
year of
got
high
through it, but
school,
they can't control who's at that school or not, right?
well, no,
Would
no,
you
no,
rather them
no,
throw you
no, no,
into?
no. That's not what I'm saying. They can't control who's at that school, but they could have prepared me for because I resent them for not telling me that my condition was malpractice until 16. I point blank, that's what I resent them for.
Maybe they were protecting you.
Yeah, and I'm very glad that they did that at that time, but also it's just like finding out that someone is getting married that's one of my friends and they don't tell me because they know it'll hurt. I don't care if it'll hurt me. I just want to know you're getting married and marrying the love of your life.
Wait, one
Just
of your friends didn't tell you that they were getting married?
correct, yes.
Well, do you think she's actually your friend?
I just thought she was doing it to protect me. I didn't think she meant any harm by it.
I'm not trying to
Because
upset you with asking.
no, 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 no. She knew that it would hurt me because I can't be there. I can't be in her life and be in her wedding and be in her orbit for that
There's
day.
plenty of handicapped people that are at weddings. I don't want to hear that one.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I would have to go with someone, and I would have to go with my family, and my family is almost 69 and 63. My family is older, and I honestly resent them as well for not allowing a caregiver in their house to help me.
Faith, your parents are doing the best they can every single
Oh,
day,
yeah.
day in and day out. I don't think we should really be talking about how you resent them all the time. Like, they don't have to do none of that, girl, and you know that.
I know.
And I wouldn't want anybody in my house either. If I'm in my 60s or 70s and trying to live out my life and have a little bit of peace. I mean, they do a lot for you, Faith. And I
I
think
know
that you
they
need
do a
to.
lot for me, but when I and them both want a break and they say, okay, like, we're tired, we're done, we want a break. And I say, okay, what is your suggestion? And their answer is always a nursing home or some facility that is
How many
like
hours a day are you really around your parents? Because I see you very little.
every day.
No, no.
Every
How many
day.
hours a day do you think combined? Besides going to the bathroom
20.
and feeding you?
20.
But
20
you're
hours.
on live. You're on live like 8 to 10 hours a day, aren't you?
No, I would say like 4 to 6. Now, a couple years ago, even 6 months ago, I was on live for 10 hours. But now, in the present moment, I'm on at 7, on and off, because I have to go do things, or I have to go eat dinner, or I need to speak to my parents about something, and only they can help me with it, or I'm just always trying to keep myself busy, so that's why you see me on live. But when I'm not live, which is a good majority of the time,
You're
now,
sleeping, right?
no, I'm not sleeping. I'm just with family trying to work on our relationship, because my parents are not only physically caring for me, they are my transportation, they are my caregivers and food preppers and bathroom helpers and all these things. And I have to rely on them for everything. And not only do they do a great job of that, it's also humiliating for me.
Look, I totally understand that when you are constantly around someone 24/7, it can become sometimes a bit toxic, right? Because even in relationships, when a man and woman are constantly, they work together, they live together, they eat together, they shop together, they do everything together. Sometimes you're going to bicker and argue and get just sick or tired of being around that person, right? And that's kind of the situation that Faith is in. But the way she treats her parents, knowing that she needs them for all of these things that she just said, is disgusting. She talks and treats her parents like shit. And it's crazy how she tries to act like she loves them so much and she's so grateful for them and all these things to people who she thinks don't know how she treats them. That's the craziest part about it all. She puts on this picture of, oh, they do so much for me and I'm so grateful and I love them so much and I'm so thankful. But in reality, we all see it daily.
It really is. And I know they feel guilty about that, and that isn't lost on me.
Why are you
But
humiliated? Is it because your age?
yeah, I'm 28 years old. My parents wiping my ass makes me feel so bad for them. I know they chose me and they chose to, but honestly, no parent is responsible for their child after 18. Every
That's
parent will
not
care
necessarily.
about their
That's not
child, and
necessarily true.
everyone will be, their child will always be their baby. My parents will always treat me as their little girl. Okay? That's
They wipe their ass
inevitable.
when they're a baby too, right? So like, and you know, and the certain cycle comes around to where like I did that for my mom, and she did that for me, and I took care of my mom for the last 5 years of her life. So
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, we do things as family, and things that are the right thing to do, and they're doing the best they can. They're doing the right thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the resentment that I do see that you have with them, I think you have with yourself. I think you're unhappy with yourself, Faith. I don't think it's your
I
parents.
really, and you're right. I'm very unhappy because I can't get the closure I've always wanted, and I'll never get it. And it makes me sad, you know? Like, it makes me sad not being able to, like, know who the person is that fucked me over and fucked me up, and that I can't say, like, I
You
hate
don't know
you,
any
but
different.
also
You
I
don't know
forgive
any
you.
different. You don't know any different, right? You've always known that you were handicapped. You didn't know until you were later in life, right? Like your parents
I've
told
always
you when.
I ran I when I was younger, I I was so much happier. And I acted like I ran the whole world because I thought that this was normal. I thought my life was the most normal thing in the world. And people my age and people around me were all disabled and were all happy with their disabilities, and everyone lived in walkers and wheelchairs. And then I slowly figured out that that wasn't the case. And that's the hardest part, because being told that you weren't like that, but it was human error, makes it a very hard pill to swallow. Very much so. And you're right, I'm not happy with myself because of that reason. I'm not. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to your face.
I think you need therapy and mental health work. I think that'll help you
Yeah.
deal and react differently and not do the things you do. And I'm not saying that anything that you do is everything. I'm not saying everything you do is wrong, because I'm sure there's things that even all the wrongs that you're doing, I'm sure there's some right somewhere.
Yeah.
But the online behavior and the person you are online, it's just not healthy, and it's not going to get any healthier. I mean, I would like to tell you that things are going to get better. Thank you, Mandy. And people are going to stop doing this, but until, like you said, until you're offline, your mental health state is going to be in the dumpster, because you're going to continue to go through all the stuff that you go through daily. You're going to continue to reach out to people, even if you say you're not. You're going to continue, because behaviors are hard to break, right? So like you're going to continue to look for that acceptance and those friends. And I just feel like if you were to just not do social media, and I'm not telling you what to do, but if this is not healthy for you, like you say, you have a voice. Your voice on here, nobody listens to in a positive way.
Yeah. And you are absolutely correct. And I can recognize that. And I can take 100% understanding in the fact that no one listens to that. Because I've helped so many people, and I just feel used. I really do. I 100% do. I'm a level 33. That's about 10 to 12 grand of my own money. Some
You
exchange.
really can't put that on a job application or put that down on a tombstone.
No.
Level 33. Like, none of that shit even means anything, right?
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, I have to put the oxygen mask on myself first. I can't put other people first. I can't save or help people with their rent or care about their kids. I can wish them well, but I can't overextend. And I know that. I know that with my whole soul. I also I want to say that, yes, do I wish that people would come with the same energy that I give them? Yeah, but I can't expect that. Honestly, Doug, I would love nothing more than to hold on to hope that one day I'll make enough money to get out of debt, whether it be here or somewhere else. But I'm holding out for that. I'm not confident in that, but I hold on to hope that that'll happen, because let's be real, people on this platform make tens of thousands of dollars in a day because they're just sitting there and looking pretty, or
You're
doing.
not allowed to do that based on your SDI or SSDI, right? And
I'm allowed
you
to
know
make
that.
$1,600 a month.
And I'm not so sure that you being in debt that any creditor could even come after your disability money.
Oh, they could. They could.
They can't take it all. I mean, they may be able to take a little portion of it, but it'd be a lot less them taking it than this company that you have that you're paying $100,025.
I don't want to go to jail. That's my only problem.
You can't go to jail for credit cards. The IRS is the only creditor that can take you to jail. And I know this for a fact because I used to own a credit repair company and a debt settlement company. I could tell you that.
So I won't go to jail.
Collection Practices Act will not
Faith,
allow.
whoever told you would go to jail for credit card debt?
It's illegal if anybody who's helping you with your debt now even told you that. And if you can prove that stuff.
I've never heard of that. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Said, well, I forget who the person was because this was a long time ago. Someone that I knew that was an acquaintance of mine said that I think now that you're explaining it, I think they were just trying to scare me. But
yeah, clearly they're not fucking intelligent.
I legitimately thought, and honestly am very afraid, even now, saying it out loud, that I don't want to get in trouble and get the harassment and get the, oh, you're going to jail if you don't pay us now.
They can't harass
Faith,
you.
nobody can say that to you.
Credit collectors and creditors, if they say that to you, you can actually sue them for up to $6,000.
He's speaking facts. That's true, Faith. That's why this is kind of hard to believe now, because that don't make no sense. Nobody could say that to you on the phone.
IRS is, like I said, is the only one that can put you in jail.
Genuinely. Okay, so what would be your suggestion? I just don't pay it anymore?
Get the hell out of the consolidation that you're paying a couple $100 a month to, and you just let you know it's going to take longer than 6 to 8 years for you to even make a dent in that shit. So you might as well just let those fall off on their own within the next 7 years, and then your credit be in a lot better position, because either way you're not making payments to these creditors, and neither is the consolidation company.
But so can I ask you what happens to everything that I have? Won't they come and sue me?
No, they can't come and take your stuff. How do they know you even have it or what you bought with that stuff?
If you don't pay your credit cards, you're just going to have fucked up credit. That's it.
For 7 years.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah, it's going to take you longer than that to pay your consolidation.
They start to fall off, Faith. It's that simple.
Are you sure?
Faith, first of all, we're not even legally, we're not even in that right standpoint to give you legal advice like that on a public platform. Let's be real, for one.
Legal advice, but we can't tell you to stop paying your bills. That's where.
Exactly. And for two, though, who even told you to sign up for this? Like, come on now. Let's be for real.
Me. I didn't want to get
So
yelled
what did you do? You just Googled a place, Faith? And just started paying them money because they told you were going to go to jail for not paying on your credit cards?
Yeah, I got a
Faith,
call.
that don't even sound right.
I got a call from one of those, like...
You have thousands of people watching you every day that are trolls. You think that call was real?
People buy leads.
Just like
people
the
buy
call
leads,
that I got, Doug, just like the call that I got a couple days ago that said, I'm from Social Security and you're going to be in trouble and there's something on their desk. I have the text to prove it.
Yeah, but that's fake. But did you sign a contract with this company, Faith?
Yeah, I did.
So you have the name and everything. If you want to DM me the name of the company, I'll research it, and I'll also let you know that you need to stop first of all with them, because you're going to end up spending.
A lot
You'll
more.
never get anywhere closer to your dream that you have that is highly unlikely obtainable.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to crush your dreams. It's just
No.
reality, Faith.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, delusional, probably, but I'm holding out.
Faith, can you keep it real with me for 1 minute? Did you even actually do this consolidation shit?
Yes, I did.
Because that shit does not sound real at all.
I did. I can. Do you want? People can look it up. I'll have you look it up.
It's not
I don't
consolidation.
even care about
What they're
saying it
doing
in
is that they
public.
take all of your what they mean by consolidation is they take all your bills and they give you one low monthly payment
Doug,
based
can
on
you
how much
please
debt.
look it up? Can you please look it up on your
DM,
phone?
don't say it out loud, but DM me and I'll you can follow me and DM me and I'll take care of doing some research for you. But at the end of the day, Faith,
Hold on, I'm gonna go DM you. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on. You can keep talking.
I really don't have much more to say. I'm just kind of in awe about this thing. Yeah. Well, it was nice to meet you, Nicole, by the way.
It's nice to meet you too. I honestly don't even know what's really going on. That's why I kind of just was quiet.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Doug, I messaged you.
All right, I got it. I'll look at it right now. I'll look them up and I'll let you know exactly what you need to do to get out of that first of all, and then honest, because if you did in fact want to start paying the people back, it would actually be a lot better than you just wasting your money on a company that'll never get your debt settled.
Yeah. I just legitimately, I've been really scared because I don't want one. Now that you debunked the jail thing, now I gotta figure out the whole suing thing and the being served papers and.
Listen, no one's gonna serve you or sue you. You know why? Because you have nothing. They're not gonna get blood from a rock or a turnip. All right? You don't have anything for them to go after, Faith.
But
you don't have anything. What are they gonna take your wheelchair?
Wait, what are people trying to sue her for?
Well, I mean, there's always a risk, and here's the deal: there's always a risk when you stop paying your bills. I mean, listen. This company that's handling your bills probably didn't tell you that you still can get sued while they're helping you.
Oh yeah,
it's a possibility, right? Anything's a possibility for a creditor to come after someone. But I'll tell you, most likely, you're not going to qualify for them to even spend all the money in court, knowing they'll never get anything from you.
So people have to get something from a person.
People have assets. Unless, is your mom or dad a co-signer on anything?
No.
Then you should be good, Faith.
Okay.
Should be good. I'm not saying that you won't, because anything can happen, but 99%.
I was just very scared that I would get sued or something would happen, because even bankruptcy, for example, that
you're in a non-garnishable state in Texas, by the way. You know that, right?
I'm in a what?
Non-garnishable?
What does that mean?
It means that even if you were sued, they couldn't take anything from you. From your wages, from disability. Or if you had a job.
Is that real?
It is real. I think Florida is non-garnishable. There's a lot of states. There's a lot of red states, not red as in political, but red states that can't be sued, like North Carolina, South Carolina, and non-garnishable.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've gone over the list, but
I'm just like, I was terrified. Like thank you, honestly, for settling that in my brain. Because I always thought like, oh, you're gonna get in trouble or you're gonna be sued or they could like give you jail time or something stupid.
The last thing of your worries. The only thing I would be worried about is if people are making people aware of and I'm talking about the IRS and financial fraud and stuff. And you may not see a cop. You may see the IRS show up at your door.
Yeah.
If anything.
And you know what? If I was truly, if I did something wrong, I'd be the first to admit. I'd be the first to look you in the face and be like, yes, I did this.
Well, I mean, if you ever, and let me just give you a suggestion, I wouldn't talk to anybody if they're coming from the IRS or the cops. I mean, just get arrested and deal with an attorney, because you don't want to, it seems like you like to talk a little much, so I wouldn't be telling anybody.
I have diarrhea of the mouth. I know you can tell.
So, but I just wanted to get on here and just ask a few questions and kind of get in your head a bit and figure it out. I don't want to come up and be rude. As much as side of me wanted to be kind of trolly. At the end of the day, I feel I would hate to be in your situation for many reasons, and it's,
Can I
I don't want to. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think that, or why do you think that people have come back at me a year after this whole situation?
I never think you're real friends, but I mean, you're content to so many people, aren't you? Right. Like, there's a lot of people with ill will and ill intentions, and I'm not saying that you started off with ill will and ill intentions.
I'm very trusting, and I shouldn't be, and that's my problem. Because I want connection so bad.
For their love. I can be honest with you. I think you try to buy people's friendships and love.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know people won't or don't a lot of the time stay, because it takes Doug. And I don't want to be offensive to people, but some people will agree that it takes a very special person to be around me. It takes a person with a massive amount of compassion and a big heart. It really does.
Somebody just messaged me and says you have property in your name. Is that true?
I have a trust. An empty trust. Why?
No, like property, like you have land or any kind of properties, houses or anything.
I have an empty trust that my parents have put.
So it has been said, and like I'm going to say now, I don't know for this to be true. I've never researched or looked up anything, nor do I want to or will ever. Okay, I don't do things like that. But it has been said that on other pages and in lives and things, and people that have been following Faith for years, that the parents own a tiny home that is a rental, as well as the home they live in now. Okay? And there's supposedly a trust put into place that upon them passing, Faith would in turn receive these things, right? Okay. As well as it has also been said, and again, do not know how true this is, because like I said, I don't do things like that. I strictly just commentary, okay? My opinions. I don't look into things. I don't research into that crap. It has also been said that Faith is on the parents' home. So I don't know, too much about that, about what that consists of, but it had been said at one time, and that's probably where Doug is. He just said someone had messaged him and told him, so I'm assuming that's what the person's talking about. It has been said that Faith's name is on the parents' home. Now, again, do not know, what that's about, but if her name, and Doug's getting ready to say it, if her name is attached to those properties, or even one, then she does have an asset to be sued and a judgment put up against. So, it could be an issue. So that's something that her parents need to take into consideration. If she's doing these things and could possibly have lawsuits from, companies, the credit people, IRS, or even civilians, people, suing her civilly, that's something that they may need to look into having removed immediately. So that could be an issue.
I don't know how it works. My parents haven't told me anything, but apparently.
You should probably tell them, yeah, you know what? So if you have anything and it's attached to property or anything like that with the trust, unless it's an estate plan, if they have an estate plan and it's kind of protected.
They do.
So see how quickly she went from, I don't know, my parents haven't told me, to, yeah, they do. They have an estate plan. They have a lawyer. An estate plan is like when they pass a will type situation, I believe. In my opinion, I think all that Faith has ever been told by her parents is probably just that she'll be taken care of if they pass. I don't think Faith really knows anything more than that.
They do. They have a lawyer and all that.
Well, then you can still, they could, potentially go after whatever, that you have property. So
it's not in my name until they pass away.
Either way, it's still, you still,
Yeah.
Hopefully they live longer than 7 years. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
That happens, all this credit just falls off and goes away. But honestly, like I said, that's the least of your worries is your credit debt.
Yeah.
You have to worry about more so the IRS or if in fact you've committed a crime.
Yeah. And if I've done something wrong, it's almost like if I murdered someone, as an example, I would do the time and I would live the rest of my life in a cell, but I truly in my soul know in my heart and before the man upstairs that I haven't done any of that, and I have the receipts to prove it.
Right. Just remember, your brain works a little bit different, right? Yeah. So just I'm not saying you did do all this stuff. I'm not going to say that I've got proof because I don't. I don't know your proof, and it doesn't really matter to me. At the end of the day, you may or may not have problems coming, and that's all you'll know. You hope you don't have to look over your shoulder all the time or feel like you are, but at the end of the day, I think just separating yourself from this fucking app and all the toxicity. Thank you guys for the gifts and everything too as well.
We love them.
The toxicity, I would just say maybe that would be better for your mental health.
Yeah. You're right.
I got to go to work early in the morning, so I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me come up.
Doug, I appreciate you. Did you get my message?
I did. I'll get back to you tomorrow about that.
Okay.
It won't be open till Monday anyway, unless they're all gone for the holidays too.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Theodore, thank you. But night, guys. I'll see you guys later. I know. Who knows? I may be back, I may not, but we'll see. I'll be back at some point. Love you guys.
Alrighty, guys. So I think Doug did a good job of trying to be blunt and respectful at the same time. But Faith has created a whole shit show for herself, and then no one is to blame but herself. And by continuing to bring it up and talk about it and rage bait every single day, it's not going to stop. The best thing that Faith could do is try to work out something with the people that have felt like they have been wronged and work out some kind of an agreement. I mean, whatever that may be, an apology, some money paid back, whatever. But for her to think that this is just going to go away as easy as it came, I don't see it happening. I'm going to try to continue posting more of Faith, so we can see where the shit show goes. I will not be posting the battles, unless there's something being talked about. So, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you on the next one.